friends, welcome back to my channel. I am here today to share with you all about week 30 of my pregnancy. Overall, this week has gone pretty well. Nothing major has happened this week to report, so that's a good thing. So in week 30, baby is the size of a zucchini, which is approximately 15.7 inches and around 3 pounds, which the 3 pounds, I can definitely tell. I'm very much aware of how big he is now, and I know 3 pounds is not that big, I guess, considering the size of like a full-term baby, but I've noticed this week especially that I'm like hyper aware of his size, and I can tell he's taking up majority of the room in my belly now, and it's very interesting. As far as food cravings and aversions go, I haven't experienced any of those this week, and my symptoms have been pretty similar to what they have been in the previous weeks, but there are a couple new symptoms that I'll talk about as well. So this week, the lower back pain and the hip pain I've experienced has continued, although I would say it's significantly less than what it has been. And I really think that has to do with the fact that I've been trying to be very mindful of my posture and how I'm sitting and standing, making sure that I'm having good posture. And then the other thing is that I've been really trying hard to do the spinning babies exercises every day. And I really truly think that has made a huge difference in how I've been feeling. I haven't done anything different in my routine except for that, and I truly believe that's what's helped me. So if you haven't tried out spinning babies or you're interested in learning more about it, I will once again link their website in the description box down below. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but their like daily exercise video series is around $17, so it's not too crazy expensive in my opinion, and I really feel like it's made a huge difference for me. So definitely check that out if you're interested. So other symptoms this week that have continued on from the previous weeks is insomnia. I'm still plagued with that 2 or 3 a.m. wake up, and it's tough. There have been a couple nights this week where I've been able to fall back asleep within like 30 minutes to an hour, but most nights I'm up for a few hours before I'm able to fall back asleep. This week I've continued to experience nausea, especially after I eat dinner. I don't know what it is about that time of day, but I'll feel fine the entire day, and then I'll eat dinner and then I'll just feel nauseous. And the only thing that helps me is watermelon gum. It's like this Trident watermelon twist gum, and it's the only thing that helps me. And I will chew like 3 or 4 pieces throughout my night after I have dinner, because it's the only thing that keeps me from feeling like I'm about to throw up. Another symptom that's continued on from the last couple of weeks is some swelling around my ankles in particular. It's not even like my feet. My toes aren't swollen or anything. My hands aren't swollen. It's just my ankles get a little bit of swelling by the end of the day, but when I wake up in the morning, they're completely fine and they're completely normal. So it's not a constant swelling, which I know that's a good thing, that it kind of comes and goes. A new symptom this week, although it may not really be a new symptom, it's just one that has increased significantly, and that is shortness of breath. I've noticed this over the last couple months, to be honest with you, but I kind of just ignored it. And now there is no denying the fact that when I inhale and take a breath, my lungs don't have as much room anymore to expand. And even just sitting here talking to you guys right now, I can tell that I'm kind of feeling a little breathless, and I know that's a very, very common symptom, especially as this baby continues to grow. So I apologize if I'm sounding quite breathless in this video, but I can't really help it. But that is a new symptom that has come up this week. And then a couple symptoms that aren't exactly new, but I experienced these in the first trimester, and they seem to have come back now that I'm in the 3rd trimester. And the first one is my skin issues. I've dealt with acne ever since I was a teenager. It's never gone away, but this pregnancy, especially in the first trimester, it got significantly worse. And for a while in the second trimester, I thought, oh, maybe it's clearing up. Maybe things are starting to resolve itself, but no, it's definitely not resolving itself. The acne is back with a vengeance, and it is what it is. And then along with that, the dryness and the redness around like my chin and my nose has come back as well. This week I felt kind of a little bit of that first trimester fatigue creep back in. And I'm sure that has to do with the fact that some nights I'm really not sleeping well, but I just remember in the first trimester, it would just like hit me hard, and I would just feel like I couldn't do anything except sleep. And I haven't felt it quite on that level this week, but it's definitely hits me sometimes. And the frustrating part is if I feel like I'm very fatigued, I'll try to take a nap, and for whatever reason, I can't nap. I try laying down in bed, I'll prop myself up on the couch. It doesn't matter where it is. For whatever reason, I can't nap. So that's just a little frustrating. I've heard from people that in the third trimester, it can be common to have fatigue along with like random bursts of energy. So I'm curious to see how my body responds to things as the weeks continue. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as symptoms go. This week I also had a follow-up ultrasound to check on the placenta. When I had my anatomy scan in week 21 or 22, I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was noted that I had a low-lying placenta, which means the placenta was sitting really close to my cervix. It was like less than a centimeter away. So my OB had ordered a follow-up ultrasound for around 30 weeks to see if that issue had resolved itself. And I really, at this point that I'm filming this video, I have no idea what the results are from that ultrasound. The sonographer couldn't tell me anything, and honestly, it was kind of a frustrating appointment because I was really excited to have an ultrasound done because I wanted to see my baby, and I was hoping that even though it was mainly focused on looking at the cervix and the placenta, I thought that they would still check in on baby and do measurements and I could see him and, you know, all of that. And that wasn't the case at all. I could barely see the screen. It was like behind my head, and I was trying to like tilt my head while laying down and trying to see anything on the screen, and it was really difficult for me to see anything. She couldn't give me any information, which I get that she's not a doctor, so she can't like give me a lot of details, but I wasn't expecting to like not know anything. And I kindly asked her if she could maybe look around and try to get a profile view of him and we can get a picture, because at my anatomy scan he wasn't really cooperating and we didn't get any pictures from that appointment. So I was hoping to walk away from this ultrasound with at least one picture, but she wouldn't do it. She just said, nope, sorry, it's not in the order. We're just looking at the cervix and the placenta, and that's it. So, yeah, I didn't get to see the baby really at all. I could tell that he was head down because as she was looking at the cervix and the placenta, I can tell that his head was there. So I know that he's at least head down. And the only other information she gave me with that was that his heart rate was 120 beats per minute. And that was pretty much it. I don't even think she took measurements of him. If she did, she didn't tell me what his measurements were. So yeah, I just kind of left that appointment feeling a little disappointed because I was hoping to see our baby and I really didn't get to do that. Another thing that I just remembered that was kind of weird is that she couldn't give me a lot of information, but then like halfway through the ultrasound, she asked, "Oh, you do know it's a boy, right?" And I'm like, I told her, yeah, I know it's a boy, but in my head I'm thinking, why would you ask someone that? Like, you would, that's not how I would ask that question. Like, what if I didn't know it was a boy? What if we were keeping it a surprise for when he's born? I thought it was just odd the way she phrased that question. So, yeah, sorry to go off on that little rant there, but that was just a little bit of a disappointing appointment for me. I'm supposed to have a follow-up appointment with my OB within the next few days. Although we're having some pretty bad weather here. It's snowing a lot. There's a lot of black ice on the roads. And my doctor is about 35 to 40 minutes away from me. So I don't know if I'm going to make that appointment. I'm supposed to go in tomorrow morning for that, and it's supposed to snow all night, and it's supposed to be like well below freezing temperatures. So I don't know if that appointment will happen this week. It may have to wait until next week, but I will certainly keep you guys updated on the results of that ultrasound whenever I do have that follow-up appointment with my OB. So I will go ahead and insert a quick update on my bump here. That is pretty much it for this week's update. If you are in week 30 of your pregnancy, let me know how you're feeling, or even if you're not in week 30, if you're at any stage in pregnancy, leave me a comment down below and let me know what kind of symptoms you're experiencing and how you're feeling. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss any of my updates. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video very, very soon. Bye.